Hi, everyone. Sean Gilliam here with Location Real Estate. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to another episode of my podcast, Real Estate on the Front Range. In this edition, we'll be covering the monthly market update for the month of March 2023. And I'll cover the usual data for Boulder, Larimer, and Weld counties. And I think we'll see the market is certainly more active than it has been over the winter, which is to be expected as we're getting into our spring market. But I'll also cover mortgage interest rates and how they've been fluctuating dramatically here in the last few weeks. And then also I'm going to cover the inflation rate. We've been waiting expectantly to see what that's going to be doing. And we're going to see how it's trending and how that might be an indication of what we can expect here for the rest of 2023. So stay tuned and I'll get into all these details and we'll talk all about it. All right, let's start with the local data. We'll start with Boulder County. And we'll see there's been a slight uptick in activity in the market, as we'll see reflected in these numbers. As far as the new listings, that's about the same compared to last year at this time. So again, looking at this chart, you can see the data we're looking at is February of this year, 2023, compared to February of last year, 2022. When we look scrolling down here to days on market until sale, this year it was 64 days before a home would go under contract. So from the day it was listed until it went under contract. That's up 88.2% from last year at this time when it was 34. Much different market back then. That was when mortgage interest rates were still relatively low. Median sales price was $835,000 here this February. That's down 4.3% from February of 2022 when it was $872,000. We can see that the average sales price is down 1.8% from last year at this time. Right now, it's about $1,108,269. And then the percent of list price received is 98.1%. That is down 7.5% from last year at this time when it was at 106%. Again, a very different market last spring. Inventory of homes for sale is up significantly compared to last year. We're at 218.8% higher with 357 homes on the market in Boulder County compared to 112 homes on the market last year. That's as such, we see the month supply of inventory is at 1.5. That's up 400% from last year at this time when it was at 0.3. Homes were quite literally flying off the shelves. Now I want to take a look at Larimer County. Larimer County, we can see new listings is slightly down from last year at this time, 10.6% down. So we had 320 homes on the market this February of 2023 compared to 358 last year. When we look down here at the days on market until sale, 77 days, and that is up 63.8% from last year at this time when it was at 47 days before a home went under contract. Median sales price is down about 2.8%. The median sale price of a home in Larimer County is $563,991 compared to $580,000 last February of 2022. The average sales price is down 5.5% from last year at this time. We're looking at about a $631,000 average sales price of a home compared to 667%. I would say these fluctuations or these changes are minimal. It's not a significant change, but it does reflect that the market has shifted, and that started probably last May or June of 2022. Percent of list price received is 99.1%. That's down 3.1% from last year at this time when it was at 102.3%. Inventory of homes for sale is up 127.7%. So we got 469 homes for sale in Larimer County compared to 206 last year. And then the month supply of inventory reflects that it is up 200%. There is 1.2 month supply of inventory in Larimer County compared to 0.4 month supply of inventory from February of 2022. Now we're going to take a look at Weld County. Slightly different. We kind of saw a beginning trend in both Boulder and Larimer counties, seeing more activity, homes selling faster, and homes getting closer to list price. But it's a little bit different here. Weld County, we'll take a look. The new listings are down 26.5%. So there are 415 new listings as of February of this year compared to 565 new listings in February of 2022. Looking at the days on market until sale, in Weld County, homes are on the market 97 days before they go under contract. That's up 142.5% from last year when it was 40 days until a home went under contract. Median sales price is up 1.4% from last year at this time. So the median sale price of a home in Weld County is $495,000. That's up from $488,000 last year at this time. The average sales price is up 0.9%, not a huge change. The average sales price of a home in February of this year is $523,000 compared to $518,000 in February of 2022. Percent of list price received is 99.6%. That's down 2% from last year when it was 101.6%. Again, different market. The inventory of homes for sale is up 88.6%. There are 596 homes for sale on the market in February for Weld County compared to 316 last year at this time. The month supply of inventory is 1.3. That's up 160% from last year at this time when it was 0.5 month supply of inventory. Now what I want to do, I made this rudimentary chart, but hopefully it's helpful. That was year over year changes. Now I want to look at month over month changes to kind of show you a beginning trend in our market now as we're getting into the spring market. So looking here at Boulder County, we can see the new listings are up 29% from last month. So this is comparing February to January. And then the days on market until sale has decreased. It's down 48%. So right now, it takes 64 days on average for a home to go under contract in Boulder County compared to 86 days in January of this year. The average sales price has gone down 0.94%, not a significant change month over month. Right now, the average sales price of a home in Boulder County is $1,108,000 compared to the figure in January of $1,118,000. So not a big change. Percent of list price received appears to be trending upward. So for February, it is 98.1% of list price received, and that's up 1.03% from January when it was 97.1. So we'll take a look or keep an eye on this when we get into April and the remaining months to see if that continues to increase. I suspect that it will, just because it will be a reflection of our spring market. And then we take a look at the month supply of inventory. It's 1.5. That's up 0.1 from 1.4 month supply of inventory that we saw in January. So that's a 7.14% change. Not significant, but it seems to be trending upward as far as inventory is concerned. Larimer County, we'll see that new listings have gone up. There's 320 new listings as of February compared to 297 in January. That's a 7.74% change. Days on market until sale has gone down. So that's an indication that homes are selling faster. So it's 77 days in February for a home to go under contract compared to 82 in January. That's a change of about 6.10%. The average sales price has gone down 11.71%. Right now, the average sales price of a home for Larimer County is $631,000. That's down from $715,000 that we saw in January. The percent of list price received is edging up. It's up 0.71%. Not a huge change, but it could be the beginning of a new trend. We're looking at about homes are selling on average at 99.1% of their original list price compared to 98.4%. And I can tell you, representing buyers in primarily Larimer County right now, that we're seeing homes going under contract fairly quickly. They're getting at least list price, sometimes a little bit over. We're seeing more multiple offers. And granted, this is at the lower end of the market. So homes that are priced right around $400,000. And I think that's possibly why the average sales prices dipped down, because that part of the market is getting the most activity because it's most affordable to more people, understandably. So I think we're going to see that trend continue here in the next month or two as well. The month supply of inventory in Larimer County dipped slightly. It's down 7.69%. It was 1.2 in February and now compared to 1.3 in January. And then lastly, we'll look at Weld County. New listings are about the same, a 0.48% change. The days on market until sale went up actually for Weld County. So in January, it was at 77 days before a home went under contract. In February, it was 97 days. So that's up 25, almost 26%. The average sales price of a home in Weld County went up 1.12%. In January, they were at $517,000 for an average sale price of a home. Now it's at $523,000. The percent of list price received went from 99.1 to 99.6, a small change, but again, I think this could be indicative of a trend, and that's up 0.50% from January to February change. So month supply of inventory, though, went slightly down, and it's at 1.3 in February compared to 1.4 in January, and that's down 7.14%. So I think to give more meaning to this data, we'll have to see what happens when we get the March statistics in and then April, and see if we can see a trend moving in any direction. But it seems to me, since we're in the spring market, we should see some changes. That percent of list price received will probably continue to go up, and we'll see. It depends. That month supply of inventory may stay about the same or go up or down, depending on how many homes are selling and how many new listings we'll get. But we'll just keep an eye on it. So that is the data for Boulder, Larimer, Weld counties. Now I want to take a look at mortgage interest rates. And we've seen a significant change in that. Let me go back to a website that I would encourage you to check out if you want to keep an eye on what mortgage interest rates are doing. MortgageNewsDaily.com, great site. They give up-to-date data on a daily basis, and you can see what's happening if you're trying to keep an eye on this. But we've seen some significant changes in our mortgage interest rate. And let me pull up a chart here that I put together. Not this one. Hold on, technical difficulties. All right, so this is the mortgage interest rate for the 30-year fixed rate loan. And this is what it's done just in the last week from March 7th through yesterday. And we saw that we topped again 7%. And, we dropped below a couple of months ago or a month ago on February 2nd, I believe it was. We got down to 5.99%. And then interest rates shot back up to over 7%. And then they dropped down. As of yesterday, it was 6.75%, as you can see. But then I'll go back here to Mortgage News Daily. And today, March 15th, we're looking at 6.55%. So they went back down. Now, this will continue to fluctuate because there's a few variables involved. I did make a blog post that talks about that. You can check it out. I'll put a link to that on the YouTube site or the channel, as well as the blog post, depending on how you get this. But you can take a look at that to kind of do a little more research into why the mortgage rates change the way they do. But I also want to point out that in the longer term, our inflation rate, this is something that the data just came out earlier this week. And that is something that economists, everybody's taking a look at to see how the economy is doing. Are we moving in the right direction or the wrong direction? The inflation rate is one of those metrics that they look at. And we can see from June of 2022, the inflation rate was up at 9.1. It's gone down steadily each month through February, down to 6. And so we just got this most recent data earlier this week, as I mentioned. And so that's a good sign. It's not a huge change in the right direction, but it is moving in the right direction. And that will bode well for us as we look at the rest of the year and what will likely happen with mortgage interest rates. Typically, the inflation rate and mortgage interest rates move relatively in unison. And so that's a good thing, because that bodes well. As we see this inflation rate continue to go down, we can expect mortgage interest rates to go down as well. Now, I also want to pull up another chart here. Because of this data, the experts out there are forecasting what mortgage rates will do here for the rest of the year. As we can see, Fannie Mae, they are a provider of loans, and they're suggesting that we're going to be staying around 6%, but we're going to get down to 6.1 by the end of the year. MBA thinks that we're going to be getting down to 5.3. So that's something to keep your eye on if you're looking to buy a home and not sure if you should or not at this point. That's a good sign that mortgage rates are going to be going down if they're correct. National Association of Realtors, they think we're going to be getting down to 5.6% mortgage interest rates by the end of the year. And then you can see the average of all three. So overall, it's looking good. We can expect to see those mortgage interest rates go down. And, just something to keep in mind if you're trying to plan on what you're going to do moving forward. So that is it. I hope this helps. If you have any questions about any of this data, don't hesitate to get in touch. If you are looking to buy or sell a home, I do have my free buyer and seller guides, so I can give you some information on that. and glad to consult with you for free just to help you see where things are at, see where or see what makes the most sense for you. Should you buy? Should you sell? Should you do it now? Should you wait? We can discuss all those matters together when you're ready. So again, feel free to get in touch. You can reach me here at 970-313-6706, or wait till the end of this video and I'll have my email address there as well. We'll look forward to talking to you soon, and have a great afternoon. Take care.